Look, DeSean Jackson is an idiot, and he doesn't have any real defense at all for the anti-Semitic comments that he made on his Instagram. But what I would continue to say, and it's what I've been saying on this show now for a long time, is we have to get used to the idea, even though it pushes against every instinct on social media, that when someone, whether they are an athlete or otherwise, says something dumb on social media, our immediate reaction should not be, oh my God, that person has to be fired. Whether that person is a random anonymous employee of somewhere, they say something on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat or wherever it is, or whether it's a famous athlete. So I think we need to get used to the idea that stupidity is not okay, but it also isn't a sign that you need to be canceled forever. And I hope that is the lesson that comes out of the DeSean Jackson stupidity when it comes to the anti-Semitic comments. I'll ask Jeff Schwartz in hour 2 what he thinks about this. But in no way do I think you excuse the stupidity. But the Eagles set a precedent several years ago that when Riley Cooper was on video screaming a racial slur at a guard at a concert, that video came out. And somebody was trying to get Riley Cooper in trouble, and they blackmailed him. And the Eagles said, you know what, we are going to keep Riley Cooper, and I think that's the precedent that should apply with the DeSean Jackson as well. Now, here is, if you didn't see it, here is DeSean Jackson's apology for effectively going on Twitter. It's kind of a mess to even figure out what he was trying to say. But effectively, he was quoting Hitler, and the comments were just totally insanely dumb. But here's his apology.
I just want to first off extend an apology on the behalf of me and what I stand for, because I never want to put any race down or any people down. And, my post was definitely not intended for anybody of any race to feel any type of way, especially the Jewish community. I definitely didn't mean it to the extent that you guys took it. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm very apologetic, and I just want you guys to understand that it never was intended to put any race down or any religion down. I just probably shouldn't have never posted anything that Hitler did, because Hitler was a bad person, and I know that. I was just trying to uplift African Americans and slavery and, just enlighten my people. So I didn't intend, any harm or any hatred towards any people. I'm for one, I'm for love.
All right, so that's DeSean Jackson attempting to apologize. Here's what I would say is interesting the most about this. And again, I think we need to reject cancel culture. I think we need to kill the idea that every time somebody says something stupid, we need to set the precedent that you don't immediately demand that they lose their job and that they can't work anymore, and a social media mob doesn't need to come after them. But how interesting is it to compare the way players reacted to DeSean Jackson's quoting of Hitler and endorsement of stupidity here compared to Drew Brees? I haven't seen a single NFL player do a tearful video talking about how awful DeSean Jackson is for his blatant stupidity and racism against Jewish people. I haven't seen a single person demanding that DeSean Jackson apologize, address the locker room. How is it that Drew Brees, when he came out and he said that he stood for the national anthem and he thought it was disrespectful not to stand for the national anthem, how is it that Drew Brees got ripped more by NFL players for those comments than DeSean Jackson has for his? I just want you to think about this for a minute. Where are we as a country when Drew Brees saying, I stand for the anthem because I think it's disrespectful to kneel, is more controversial and worthy of condemnation by NFL players than DeSean Jackson posting Hitler quotes and disparaging Jewish people is. That's, to me, what stands out the most here, is every NFL player, it felt like, took to the Twitter streets to condemn Drew Brees. And when DeSean Jackson's comments about Jewish people went public, there wasn't a single NFL player I have seen that came out and ripped DeSean Jackson for his comments. Everybody piled on Drew Brees for something that was just his opinion and wasn't actually offensive to anyone, and demanded that he apologize, by the way, something that I never believed Drew Brees should have done. And not one pro athlete that I have seen in the NFL has come out on ripping DeSean Jackson for what he said about Jewish people. I think it's just interesting to think about. All right, yesterday, we had Armando Salguero on to talk about Colin Kaepernick, who is being lionized despite the fact that he is a fraud. And he was on in the final hour of the program. It's one of the best interviews we have had on OutKick in a very long time. The feedback on it was incredible. We are going to play that for you again here in hour one. Trust me, if you did not hear this, if you're about to go into work, if you're taking a little bit of extra time this morning, make sure you stay in your car. You do not want to miss this interview. And speaking of that, you also don't want to miss signing up for the OutKick VIP. Me, Jason Whitlock. If you love everything that we're doing at OutKick, you need to go to OutKick.com and sign up today. Biggest day we've ever had for OutKick VIP yesterday. Go sign up today. Up next, Armando Salguero. Get your popcorn. One of the best interviews we have done in a long time. You're going to absolutely love it. This is OutKick on Fox Sports Radio.